G5 only playoff? Wow, holy smokes. Welcome to emergency episode 394 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do us well, please subscribe to our channel, smash the like button if you like our content, share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. From The Athletic, breaking news. This was the first day of the spring meetings. Chris Vannini, The Athletic, group of 5 leaders discussing G5 only playoff realignment as future options. We provide a link in the description box. You can read the whole thing. Please put down your comments and thoughts in the comments section below the video. Dallas group of 5 administrators had preliminary discussions in recent months about a G5 only postseason playoff or even wide-scale G5 realignment with the involvement of private equity. Holy smokes, once again, multiple administrators from within the G5 conferences, the American Sun Belt, Mountain West, MAC, and the Conference USA told The Athletic that former college and NFL coach Derek Dooley had been a salesman on the behalf of private equity firms, making contact with schools. The administrators, who were granted anonymity to discuss sensitive matters, made clear that nothing is imminent, and they haven't been presented with any numbers yet. We're going to circle back on that. The numbers is the key point, but conversations are more real than they've ever been. Dooley did not respond to a request for comment. CBS Sports first reported on the talks. The initial idea circulated among the administrators earlier this year, but once the Big Ten and the SEC threw around their weight to reshape the new college football playoff contract and grant themselves far more guaranteed revenue and almost all of the control, that served as the tipping point for many administrators to chart their future sooner rather than later. We're taking some leadership here to control our own destiny so that Tony Petitti and Greg Sankey don't make those decisions for us, said one G5 athletic director. Details of the plans under discussion vary some. Some administrators like this smaller scale idea of creating their own postseason to replace bowl games. Others believe the entire group of 5, especially the American, the Conference USA, and Sun Belt, should reorganize geographically under one banner with multiple divisions and share all the revenue equally like a pro sports league. The idea of G5 reorganization or the creation of a G5 only super league consisting of the top handful of programs was informally discussed among some administrators when the current wave of conference realignment kicked off in 2021. Former Big Ten Commissioner Jim Delaney presented the leagues an idea of 3 G5 leagues with southeastern footprints, the AAC, Conference USA, and Sun Belt reorganizing geographically. A few weeks later, however, get this, a few weeks later, after Jim Delaney made that pitch, the AAC added 6 schools from Conference USA. The AAC earns millions more per school than the other G5 leagues. At college football playoff spring meetings today, Tuesday, AAC Commissioner Mike Aresco dismissed the idea of G5 doing its own thing. He has long argued the widespread CFP participation is important for the health of the sport and that creating the G5 only format would voluntarily label the league as second class. It would separate us from the big guys in CFP, and that would be bad, Aresco said. It's what I've always feared, that we'd be in a different division. But Aresco will retire less than 2 months, and his replacement, Tim Pernetti, earlier this month referenced the possibility of a Maverick postseason models, and it was open to the conference getting involved with private equity. Things have changed so much, the athletic director said. Northern Illinois athletic director Sean Frazier, once again, he's done it for years, publicly backed the idea of a G5 playoff as a way to drum up more interest. There hadn't been much support for the reasons Aresco noted, but that has changed in some circles. The geographic organization pitch is obvious. It would be easier for fans to travel to games and cheaper to travel for non-revenue sports. Additionally, it would create more natural rivalries. There are clear hurdles, however. The Group of Five conferences have their own television contracts. Would everyone need to pay exorbitant exit fees, or could that be avoided if everyone agrees to do this together? Would AAC and the Mountain West schools be willing to give up their financial advantage on the other three leagues? Could current G5 commissioners take control of the reorganized divisions? What if the ACC falls apart and needs G5 schools to add to the conference? Many administrators also remain skeptical of the private equity interests circling college sports, including one presentation from a group of power brokers to create an 80-team Super League that hasn't gained much traction. Private equity wants a large return on its investment, and it's unclear how much money the Group of Five could get on its own, especially in the current TV market. Its ties with the Power 5 conferences are part of the value, especially now that at least one G5 team is guaranteed a spot in the 12-team playoff. And finally, in the article from The Athletic, Chris Vanini, but how long, administrators wonder, will the G5 have that spot? What could stop the SEC and the Big Ten from changing the format and kicking the G5 out of its automatic spot? That is the future of which administrators want to be prepared. There's nothing definite, just ideas being floated around, the athletic director said, but for the first time, everybody is saying, I'm all ears. I don't know if this model is the model, but I'm ready to talk about something now. Holy smokes. Tuesday, first day, spring meeting, G5, kicking around the idea. Look, the creation of some G5 Super League is going to have the same hurdles as this Super League that's supposed to form, that some people wanted to form within the power conferences. The Mountain West and the AAC, they're just going to easily give up their advantage that they've created for themselves, and they're going to tear up the media contracts. I don't think any of that is going to happen, in my opinion. Put down your opinions in the comments section below the video. Now, can there be a G5 only playoff? Could that be created? I suppose it could. The problem I have with it, though, is it going to create enough money? Remember, in this expanded playoffs, in which contractually the G5 has, they do have protections in the sense that for the next 6 years, they're going to have there's going to be a conference champion from the G5 conferences that are going to be in the college football playoffs. And they are part of the distribution model. Now, there's going to be a look-in clause in 2027 after the 2027 playoffs in which the G5 is not going to have much control, but they're still going to have playoff access until 2031. But I do understand the motivation at looking at some other options. The problem I have is they're going to be able to create enough revenue. In this playoff format, distribution model until 2031, each G5 school is going to bring $1.8 million in playoff money. Can they match that if they go G5 playoff only? Can they match that revenue? Boy, it'd be fascinating to watch. I don't think they can, but I understand the G5 schools looking out, trying to create a different option. They don't want their future to be decided on the whim and the power grab of Greg Sankey and Tony Petitti going into the future. I completely understand that. Maybe they can create a 4-team playoff separate from the top G5 school that goes to the playoffs. Maybe they can have another G5 playoffs of 4 teams. See how much money they can get created out of that? I don't know. Just throwing out ideas. But G5 schools, we're not happy with how the negotiations worked out when it came to CFP, the Great Gold Rush of 2026. And I can understand that as well. A G5 Super League, Don't think it's going to happen. But if it did, it'd be sure fun to watch it be created. That would be pretty dramatic. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comments section below the video. Let me know what you're thinking about the G5 schools. Should they stay or should they go? Until next time, from all of us at PATC, to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.